Hey guys, welcome back to season 5 of Sister Sister, a podcast for spiritual baddies. We are your hosts, Ellen and Maya, and we missed you so much.
Hi guys, it's been a very hot minute since we've seen you. But we're excited to be
Yes,
back.
season 5, I can't believe that. That's actually really crazy thinking back to when we first started this a couple years
2020,
ago.
yeah. Wild,
Wow.
absolutely wild.
So what's new before we jump into the episode? How have you been? How was life? How was your summer? How was everything?
Well, summer was good. I did take a step back and didn't do as many Ren fairs this year. However, I did do a local festival. I did one Ren fair, and I'm still doing Delaware, which will be when this episode comes out, it'll be at the end of the month because it'll be in October. My boyfriend and I just moved in together, so that's also very exciting and very fun and new. And honestly, everyone says that moving in with your partner is really difficult, and I honestly don't know why. Maybe him and I just spent a lot of time together already, so we like kind of were used to each other's like little annoying habits. But other than that, I've just been like keeping nose to the grindstone. I had a bunch of Halloween products drop. I'm going to be having holiday products drop. It's just like constantly moving, grooving, doing things. Nothing like too bizarre out of the water, but just a lot of big personal life changes rather than like business life changes. What about you, Amaya? What's been new, fun, and fresh with you?
Love. So honestly, been working all summer. I did take some time to spend with my mom, to spend with my boyfriend, and just really enjoy summer now that I'm not broke anymore. Because last summer I was broke, but it was okay. It was a good summer either way. What have I been up to otherwise? Honestly, just living life, just really adapting to that real world adult. Even though like in my head I still feel like I just graduated college, and I'm not 25 and a half at this point, which is crazy to say, but yeah, I think um life is just lifing, honestly. But yeah, just other than that, I've been doing a little deep cleaning and decluttering. Just trying to get ready for winter. Like, I know normally most people do spring cleaning, but I just did never got around to it then. But finally, just like decluttering my space, it really helps mentally too. Like, I felt like for a long time everything was just messy up here. But enough sad talk, or for lack of a better word. We have a lot planned for this season and going forward. Elle, do you want to share a little bit of what we have planned?
Yeah, so obviously we've done a lot of like beginner topics that are kind of like general to spirituality as well as like more deep dives into ethical questions and things like that. However, this season is going to not necessarily be like heavier, but it's going to be a lot more philosophy based in a lot of it. We're going to be talking a lot about different philosophical ideas that relate to spirituality, witchy things, so forth, as well as doing some episodes that go more in detail on certain witchy topics like tarot, familiars, sacred geometry, things like that. We also got a couple fun ones planned, and we also will be doing an update regarding the original update was our extended season from the election episode that we did. What was that, season three, 2 seasons ago? Then we kind of updated at the end of season four. We did some extended versions, our expanded episodes, and we are going to be doing an update during this season regarding kind of what's going on in our world currently, which seems to be changing every day. So we're probably going to have to edit that episode and put in like some extra clips of us talking whenever we do publish it. But we're going to be starting with a fun one today. So that's the exciting thing. We aren't going to start on a heavy note. Nothing too crazy to start off with.
Right. Yeah, and absolutely. Like, I still think, and Elle, I'm sure you agree too, that it's really important when it comes to spirituality. There's that historical aspect to it. There's that current events aspect to it, and I think that we did a really good job last season mixing those together, but I think this season we are going to dive a little. I know we say every season we're gonna dive a little deeper, but I feel like this season is the season where like we're exploring the unknown, new realms. Just like there's a lot of different and interesting topics that we haven't touched on before that I think are really going to open people's minds a little. And without spoiling it, I just think that there's much to be explored in spirituality, which I think is why we enjoy talking about it so much because I feel like there's never a dead end when it comes to like learning more about different types of spirituality.
Yeah, especially when it comes to philosophy, right? I feel like that's why we kind of took more of a philosophical approach to a lot of episodes this season because a lot of philosophers influence what is considered now New Age spiritualism, but also had a lot of like mystic background with their philosophy and like the ancient Greeks, the ancient Romans, those kinds of things. Whenever you get into like more modern philosophy, which isn't like super early, but we're talking like 1800s philosophy. So I think that it'll be kind of a different route, but very interesting to kind of dive into. And also, we'll give you guys some more like historical background on like where these concepts come from as we talk about philosophers and different things of that sort.
Yeah. Although it would be very interesting to discuss the Roman Empire in terms of their spirituality as well as Greek mythology. So maybe that'll be a season 6 thing. But without further ado, let's get into season 5, episode 1. This one is a really fun one that I thought would be great to kick off the season. So we thought maybe to kick off season 5 we would do something light and fun, and we've already discussed astrology 101 and um, makeup with your rising sign and dressing as your Venus sign. But I feel like something that isn't often explored or has been only explored recently is celebrity astrology.
Yeah, it definitely is something, which I know we touched on this a little bit in both the Venus sign video and the rising sign video. However, astrology is always just like a big topic online, right? Like you see every online publication, which used to be like the magazines that are now online, putting posts up about zodiac signs and whatnot. But I think people also really like to debate whether certain celebs fit their sign or not. And I also think that like a lot of it can be attributed to other portions of their chart, not just like their sun sign, because a lot of celebrities I feel like we're getting their rising sign appearance rather than their sun sign appearance because their rising sign is how they present themselves just outwardly. So we thought this episode would be the perfect chance to try and test our knowledge. We may be absolutely completely wrong on some of them, but we'll try our best.
Yeah. And for the guesses that we will do, we can do either rising or moon as like second guess, but for most of these we're just going to do sun sign, as the site we did pull this from was astro charts. And with astro charts, they did have some celebrity rising signs but not all of them, so to make it a little bit easier we just are going to stick with sun signs. And then with every guess or after we guess, we can talk about some of their traits or really pivotal career moments or scandals that maybe drew us to the conclusion that we made. So, for pop culture, Elle is going to guess this round and we'll see how many she gets right.
I'm
So,
gonna be so bad with this one because like I am not that like up to date on like celebrity gossip and things going on to even like know where to start with some of these that you have on this list. So, however, I think you also had me down for legends, which I think I might do a little better with. Um,
yeah, unfortunately for pop cultures, I do know all of these because I'm a bit of a nerd, so it wouldn't be fun if I guessed them. But either way, We could get right into it. So the first one on the list is Doja Cat.
Okay, so I remember us talking about Doja Cat in the Venus sign episode, and we said, if I remember correctly, I may be completely misremembering and making things up right now, but I think we said that her Venus sign really fit her, but we felt like the other parts of her chart didn't because we did look at some other like celebrities' full charts. So I feel like she's got to be maybe a mutable sign, maybe not. She
Okay.
very much so. Hmm. I'm thinking it's got to be air, right? Like she very much so I feel like gives air energy with the whole like go with the flow kind of thing with like letting comments roll off of her. Like I don't see her being like the crazy person that's like fighting, keyboard warriors in her comments ever.
Right.
I could be completely wrong on that. I don't really follow her that closely, but I'm gonna go
So
Gemini.
Gemini. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna write these down. I have these, so all right. The next one is my favorite. So I hope you get this, but it's okay if you don't.
I was gonna say, I know you love Bad Bunny. I do not know very much about If I'm being completely honest, I really don't.
That's
Um,
true. What's
however,
the just pick the first sign you think.
the first sign, then I think, oh God, why did Sagittarius come into my head? I don't want that to be true.
Okay. Uh, I'm gonna put it down.
I feel like that's probably very wrong because I don't really know that much about Bad Bunny.
Okay. How about SZA?
I feel like SZA's got like an alter ego. SZA, I feel like she could be an Aquarius.
Okay.
So that I'm gonna go Aquarius.
Aquarius.
Yeah, that'll be my final answer. I feel like
I can't
Aquarius is
even spell.
like our experimental, and I feel like she has been very experimental throughout her career because she's one that I do follow a little bit closer on this list.
Okay. How about Dua Lipa?
Aries, she
Okay.
gives me Aries energy.
And then Adele.
Adele, oh, Adele's a very emotional person when it comes to her music. Mm, I don't think she's dreamy enough to be a Pisces though. So I think I'm gonna
Mm,
go Cancer on Adele.
Cancer. All right.
I probably got all of those wrong.
You did, but I will say for Doja Cat, you were right with the air signs, but she's a Libra.
Okay. Okay, I can see that.
Bad Bunny, similarly, he's a mutable sign, but he's a Pisces.
Okay. See, I don't know that much about Bad Bunny to be
That's
I don't know if he'd
valid,
be
but
acting like a Pisces.
he really does, though. If you listen to his music, it's like, oh, okay, but it's okay. You didn't get that one. SZA is a Scorp. Let me double check. Right, yeah, Scorpio.
That also makes sense though.
Yeah, yeah. No, that Aquarius was a good guess because I thought she was an Aquarius at first too, but she is a Scorpio. Dua Lipa is a Leo, which I thought she was an Aries too. At
Fire sign
first,
energy though, that makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah. And Adele is a Taurus.
Oh, I think that's the one that
Yeah,
shocks me the most.
yeah.
That's
Um,
I would have thought she was a water sign for sure.
you know what? Me too. But then I got like, I don't know. In a way, she also gives Virgo energy, but we don't know. We would have to look at her chart.
Yeah. I like
So
just based off of her music, because like I don't know that much about her personal life, but based off of like
yeah.
Rolling in the Deep, which was like
Mm-hmm.
how popular when we were younger, I feel like that just gives water sign energy.
Yeah, yeah. No, it does. All right.
All right, so now for Amaya, we have reality TV slash influencers.
Okay.
So Amaya,
Um,
Name with the first one.
I know. So this one I'm gonna guess Cancer, and unfortunately I knew this one despite not knowing the cancer the character, but I was gonna watch Love Island, long story short, but then I got spoiled, so I was like, yeah, never mind. But everyone said that she's a water sign, so I was like, oh, okay, that would make sense. Snooki's a Sagittarius, and I only say this because of her character, especially in the young days. She was always all over the place, like center of attention, always getting into something chaotic meatball energy. Emma Chamberlain.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about her.
I know, right? Like, this was just a random list, and I just picked random people. I'm gonna guess Taurus. I don't know why, but she gives Taurus energy. Especially because she made a coffee brand. Paris Hilton. I'm gonna say Aquarius. I don't know why, but she gives. I always know when an Aquarius is an Aquarius. It's actually like the craziest. Leo Skeppy. Oh my god, I love Leo Skeppy. He's my
Love Leo
favorite.
Skippy.
Oh, that's hard. He's like a tough, cute little gangster, like baby gangster. Mm, I'm gonna say Aries. I don't know why. It's probably wrong.
Okay, let's see how you did. So obviously we know that you knew Amaya Papaya from Love Island. She doesn't have her exact birth date available, but people have sleuthed it, so water sign. Snooki is in fact a Sagittarius. You got that one right. However, Emma Chamberlain is a Gemini.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I don't really see that for her.
Me either.
Paris Hilton is an Aquarius, and for Leo Skeppy, we don't have a public birth date available.
Damn, that
I feel like
sucks.
he is a fire sign, though.
Yeah,
Not too much
definitely
energy.
not Leo. Like he's not flashy at all. So I would either say like flashy but
Gold
not flash.
chains.
Yeah. Um he all he wears is black. Minus his like cute little bags that I'm so jealous of. Like I wish I could afford those bags because they're cute. The colorful ones. I forget what brand they are. I think they're Louis Vuitton, but like anyway, legends. Elle has to get this one, and if she doesn't, I'll be very shocked. So,
Okay.
um,
So first we
Britney
have Britney
Spears.
Spears. Yeah. Britney Spears very much so gives me fire sign energy as a woman, like the whole mental breakdown she had. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go Sagittarius for her because I feel like she just was like out there and very adventurous and whatnot. Okay, Dolly Parton. Okay, so I have to think of Dolly Parton not just as like Dolly Parton country music star, but also like Dolly Parton started a freaking theme park kind of thing. So that's gotta be
Mm-hmm.
someone who gets it done. Gets it done. Got to be able to like have everything in order and get it done. The heaviest like workaholic sign is Capricorn. I don't know if her performing energy is Capricorn, but being that she's a very smart businesswoman, I'm gonna go Capricorn. I do know Freddie Mercury's sign because he is also a Virgo. So
Okay.
I
That makes
will
sense.
tell you that. I do know his sign. Michael Jordan. Oh. Michael Jordan's got like a crazy work ethic, right? But I
Yeah.
don't feel like it's conducive to like crazy earth sign work ethic.
Yeah. No.
Like he's not giving perfectionist. He's giving like I work for it because I want it, but also like I know a certain amount of it's gonna come to me.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Well, usually. Wouldn't earth signs be like that? I'm not earth signs. Air signs.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, is air signs are usually like that. It's the question of which air sign. I don't feel like he's super justice driven, so I don't think Libra is like Michael Jordan. So it's either going to be Aquarius or Gemini. I'm going to go Aquarius. Also, I need to look up a picture of Diana Ross because her face is escaping my brain right now, and I just need to know what she looks like. Okay. That's what I thought, but I didn't want to be thinking of the wrong person, and my brain just like, okay, there we go. Now I know what she looks like. All right. Hmm. Curveball, I'm gonna say Pisces because I don't have any water signs on here yet. That's the only reason.
All right.
I know I got Freddie Mercury right.
Yeah. You got Britney Spears right. You got Dolly Parton right, and you got Michael Jordan right for sure. I think Diana Ross is the only one you didn't get. Diana Ross is a Aries.
Okay, that makes sense. I just wanted to throw a water sign in there because I didn't have a water sign guess yet.
Yeah. All right. So last
Wild
one.
cards.
All right.
Oh, I know who
Um,
Malone is off the top of my head too. I went through a very heavy being obsessed with Post Malone phase.
he gives crybaby uh narcissist energy low key his music. But I love him. Don't get me wrong. I love Post Malone, but I'm gonna go Cancer with him. I don't know why.
I know for a fact you're correct on that one, I'm pretty sure. If
Really? That would
I
be
remember it
crazy if I
correctly.
Simone is, I don't know if it's Biles or Beals, but
Files,
for
yeah.
yeah, Biles. I'm gonna say Gemini. I don't know why, but yeah. I'm gonna take
She's got like crazy skill.
yeah. Very like adapt. Like she's very adaptive. So
Yeah, very
usually
versatile.
first that's what I was looking for. I was like, why can't I think of it? Jennifer Coolidge, love queen. Um it's funny because I only think of her with that weird, annoying voice that everyone copies, but I know she doesn't talk like that in real life. That's just a character gimmick. I'm gonna have to go back to her. I can't think.
Okay.
Pedro Pascal. Um, oh, I love that man. One of my favorite actors. I'm getting cancer mainly because of his face. You know, cancers have a telltale sign, and it's their face.
Yeah.
Yeah. They have a very round, usually face, and their eyes look. I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it. Elon Musk, I know for sure is a cancer. You know why? Because Donald Trump is a Gemini, and they're beefing. They're no longer besties, which we need to talk about that in another episode. But anyway, um, Jennifer Coolidge. I'm gonna say Pisces.
Racing.
I'm probably wrong, but
All right, let's see how you did. Okay, Post Malone is in fact a Cancer. Um, Simone Biles is actually a Pisces.
oh
That's out of
really?
left field. I never would have guessed that one.
That's interesting.
Jennifer Coolidge is a Virgo.
Oh damn.
Pedro Pascal is an Aries.
Okay, I see it.
And Elon Musk is a Cancer.
Okay, okay. I got two right.
Not too bad. Not too bad. I think
Not
we
too
did pretty
bad.
good on that.
I know. So the reason why I was inspired to do this episode too is because in my job we had a department training of sorts, and I said that I could pretty accurately guess people's sun signs as my fun fact. So I was tasked after the entire day of everyone going through their like cute little intro presentations of guessing, and I got a good like maybe 60% right. A few I was like, oh damn, I was so close but so off. Um, right, what's the word I'm looking for? Like they were the right type of sign, like fixed, mutable, cardinal, but it was just the wrong one. So
Did I
yeah,
ever tell you about the conversation about zodiac signs that we had the night that Darian and I met?
I feel like you did, but I don't remember.
I feel like this would be a fun little story for the podcast, being that we're talking about guessing people's zodiac signs. So we met at a New Year's Eve party and we didn't start dating until almost a month later. But goodness love this boy. He is talking and we're talking about different people's zodiac signs. And I was like, yeah, like I hate Sagittarius men for me in relationships. Like I can be friends with Sagittarius men, but I can't date them. And I was like, the only like close guy friends I've had are Pisces men. I said, and they might be a hot mess, but they do make very good guy friends. And he looks at me and he's like, what do you think my sign is? And I said, judging just by your demeanor, you're a Pisces man,
I love that.
which he is a Pisces. I was correct, but it just like threw him off because he was like, how did you know that?
Yeah. I don't know if I told you guys, but I had to figure out what Charles was. I didn't know he was a Sagittarius, but it tracks. He is very much the class clown. I think Elle only likes him because they have the same moon sign. I'm very convinced. Um,
Yeah, us Scorpio moons can relate on like a deep spiritual level, and that's like something that's unmatched. Like, he understands the sad boy hours that I feel.
yeah, he hasn't been much of a sad boy recently, but
Neither have
yeah,
I. But like, whenever we were in college, we both just like would look at each other, and it was like a internal knowing. We didn't have to say anything. We were like, "Yeah, you're going through it."
yeah, pretty much. He's the class clown, and I don't know how to describe a relationship, but like I think we're both funny. I think I'm funnier, obviously, but Charles is funny. He's very funny. I can't with him. But yeah, he is all over the place. But that's a little bit about zodiac signs and relationships. I So my mom, the only other quick note is like my mom is a Pisces, and a lot of the girls that I've been friends with were Pisces. It didn't work out, but I have a new friend. Knock on wood, it doesn't, the trend doesn't happen again. I'm really hoping not, but yeah. Long story short.
I'm also like the only Virgo you get along with.
Yeah. Yeah, I had another Virgo friend and that didn't end well, so yeah. I have a Virgo on my supervisor is a Virgo and she reminds me so much of you and when it comes to organization and how things are done. I'm like, oh my god, it's like I'm talking to Elle again. I love it. Sometimes I'm like, oh, all right, like whatever, but at the same time, like it keeps me in line so much. But yeah, enough about that. Love my coworkers. Honestly, my crew is the best, and my boss, she's Aquarius. Like I knew from the moment I met her, I was like, I like you, and I don't know why, and that was why. She was an Aquarius. But anyway, let's jump right into tarot time. Tarot time. Here we are for tarot time.
So
Yep,
I've
yep.
got the Luna Soul deck here today. It's been my go-to deck recently. I think I used this deck for last season too. It's been my number one in rotation, although I did just get a new deck and I haven't like bonded with it or anything yet, which we'll talk more about that in next week's episode is tarot. But let's see what the collective needs to hear to. Well, that came out fast. Okay, Spirit. Collective, you were given the Queen of Discs. Remember, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. The Queen of Discs, however, It's all about getting that money, getting that stability, sitting there in financial heavenliness, divine oneness, just kind of feeling like, okay, I finally got my bag. I'm doing good. I feel stable. I got plans for the future. The money is flowing continuously. Very much so, multiple streams of income, not having to work too hard for your money kind of vibe. Like you finally got it all figured out and you're kind of just like sitting pretty with the money coming to you.
Clock it. Period. I wish that for everybody though.
Yeah, I hope that that resonates and you take it with you.
Anyway, let's get right into astrology. Almanac, astrology, almanac. What else?
Today, October 3rd, the moon in Aquarius will trine Mercury in Libra, leading you to let one of your new ideas take priority and will help you to make major progress on it. Then on Monday, October 6th, Mercury will enter the mysterious sign of Scorpio. Mercury will bounce in and out of Scorpio thanks to the upcoming Mercury retrograde in a few weeks. You're likely to become obsessed with something during this time period, so try to keep an eye out and don't allow it to rule your life. Also on the 6th, we have a full moon in Aries, which can help you to take action and push forward on a project you may have been stuck on. However, remember the moon rules emotions, and Aries is a spicy fire sign, so you may get into a spat or two during this time that's emotionally charged. Then on the 8th, the moon will enter Taurus, allowing us to have a little more stability and focus on the future. Period. Queen of Discs, which is Pentacles in the
Period. Clock it again. I love Taurus energy, stability. Snaps to that. Anyway, thank you for tuning in to another episode and season of Sister Sister. We appreciate you stopping by and returning if you missed us. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to click subscribe, like this video. You know the routine. You've heard it before. If you want to learn more about astrology and discover your favorite stars charts, you can check out astrocharts.com. We are not sponsored by this, might I add, but this is the site we did use for today's episodes, and you can see full birth charts for over thousands of celebrities, including sun, moon, and planetary placements. However, do beware as some of the stars' rising signs aren't listed since we don't have their exact birth times. But thank you for tuning in. We love you so much. Take care.
Bye, guys.